大家好
and welcome to
White Gaze,
where we whites gaze upon the drama,
the looks,
and the language of our newest favorite Chinese television show, Empresses in the Palace, otherwise known as
Zhen Huan.
And today, I'm fucking mad at Daddy because we're getting into episode 24, and this was some bullshit.
Yeah, this episode is rotten.
I wanted to throw out the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
I kept being like, surely something better will happen soon, and it never did.
But what happened in the last episode?
Okay, well, in the last episode, we were onto it because I had some theories about what Lingrong was going to do with the information that she received, and I'm happy to report that I was correct. So basically, they found out that Liu Ben was back. Hua Fei has been named as the perpetrator, and so she was going to lose her title. Those two doctors who set up Shen Meizhuang were going to die. I'm trying to censor this. I don't want to put in a trigger warning every single time.
Yeah, just die on their own behalf.
Lady Virtue is coming back. Hui Gui Ren. Shen Meizhuang gets her title back.
Title and name back.
Yes. So we were riding high on the biggest victory, I think, against corruption, against excessive use of power, against literal attempted murder.
And all for nothing.
What?
Literally nothing happened.
Well, that we left feeling like something would happen, and immediately it becomes clear that nothing will happen because this fucking bitch, Lingrong, correctly does what I guessed in using the information and tips off Hua Fei.
And goes and tells Hua Fei, like, hey, it's coming.
Well, she specifically didn't do it. She had her maid go gossip with Hua Fei's maid about, oh, Liu Ben's back, they've got him, and they're about to get the perpetrator.
Can what's-his-name not get his leg fixed? Why he's still limping?
Well, I mean, you know, when you go to the state hospitals, they don't really care if you live or die, but he probably had something wrong with his leg. He's alive still, so that's all that matters.
I guess.
They say if you injure your knee, it never gets better. That's why Britney can't dance.
I have a knee injury.
I don't think it's going to get better.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. I can move it, but... Ooh. Feel it.
I don't want to feel it.
It's all crackling. Oh, wow.
So anyways, he rushes in, he stumbles in, and he's like, Hua Fei, they're onto us. We've got a matter of hours before something really awful is about to happen.
Yeah, so there's like this big dramatic scene where she's like, what the fuck are we going to do? And Cao Guiren is there and like tells her that like maybe if you like complete some great feat, then he has to reward you and he will just overlook this situation. Right. If you do something so good, like find a cure.
And you know what? At first she's like, fuck, like what can I do? Because her first instinct is to run and tell her brother. Like, oh my God, go tell my brother. He's going to save me.
And they're like, no, we can't do that. The palace doors are already closed.
They locked them. Mm-hmm. And so Cao Guiren, like you said, was like, if only you could overcome some pressing and relevant problem that has been introduced recently to the plot. If only there was something that we could have done. If only we'd wasted a few scenes in the previous episode about you looking at books to plant this seed that this is allegedly possible.
You screenwriters can't let anybody have any fucking fun watching shows. You always have to point out that, oh, they did this. This is some writing trope that they did, that they have to introduce the plot and introduce the things.
The thing is, though, I think
you're always going to be analyzing. Just let us watch it and have fun.
Okay, but
you're like my Aunt Kathy.
Okay, and your Aunt Kathy's probably right.
She is.
The thing is, and I think all the viewers can agree, this whole setup is ludicrous. Like, none of it is believable. Who is going to come up with the vaccine overnight, especially like in this moment? So, number one, it's unbelievable. So the writers definitely had to do some groundwork, some legwork to make it at least semi-believable. But truly, I don't think that any viewer would watch this scene and buy what is happening. Did you?
No.
I was like, how convenient. How fucking convenient.
Yeah, because next we see... Well, they're just talking about that's what they need to do. And then the next morning, Zhen Huan had stayed the night.
He's getting daddy dressed up.
He's getting ready. He's like, and he tells Su Peixiang, go
give the order. Tell
give the
Hua Fei
order.
to her face right now that she is no longer Hua Fei.
Quit calling her Hua Fei. That's not her
She's
name.
Nianping.
Which Su Peixiang like corrects himself whenever he comes in. He's like, Hua Fei is here. I mean Nianping is here.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, quit calling her that. Don't call her that to her face. Her name is Nianping. And
no, you got it wrong. What happened was, he says, go tell Nianping that she's now Nianping. So he rushes out of the building and runs into Hua Fei outside.
Oh, yeah.
And Hua Fei is like, I need to see daddy immediately. So then he runs back inside to say that she's here. And he says, well, did you tell her that she's Nianping? And he was like, no, I haven't told her that. And he's like, well, then stop fucking calling her Nianping until you tell her.
Oh,
She is Hua Fei until otherwise. Until you do your fucking job,
you
Su-Peixiang.
officially stated, oh, which is his job up for grabs?
It might be. So, get your shower attachment ready for the job interview. So she comes in and is like, I've stayed up all night reading my books. And me and my doctors, we found the vaccine.
Yeah, so they summon the doctors. The doctors come in, and he's like, he's given the full scientific breakdown, and the emperor's like, don't give me all that bullshit. Just tell me what's the tea. Mm-hmm. Just tell me what's in it, and what's it gonna do. And
so apparently it cures it, and they've already done it on a couple of the servants, and they've recovered.
And he's like, and everybody agrees with this. All the doctors agree with this. You're not fucking with me right now, are you?
And they say no, but I had a theory.
I was thinking that they were.
Right. I think that they were bullshitting.
You don't get it in the snap of a finger. And I know that they have been working tirelessly.
They have. She's been looking at the books. She's been picking up her pinto beans like she's playing Mancala and putting them into the little jars.
Which one's Mancala? Is that the one that
you pick up the things and you put them in the holes until and then you collect and you put them back.
That's a fun one.
And all the while, Zhen Huan is just so crestfallen. She's like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's there's no mention of it anymore.
No, completely gone. But Hua Fei actually comments on it. She's like, and I just wanted to say I did this because I'm sorry if I've ever done anything to potentially earn consequences.
Like, she didn't even get a slap on the wrist or anything.
Nothing.
Like, he didn't even bring it up.
No, well, he looks at her and he's like, well, I will measure out the rewards and the punishments fairly. By which to mean you will never be punished.
You're not going to be punished.
For anything. And so, anyways, she leaves. Zhen Huan also leaves. But as Zhen Huan's on her way out, Su Peixiang is like, hey girl, you were inside. Should I still tell Hua Fei that she's Nianping now? And Zhen Huan says, girl, no.
No. She's probably going to get promoted, so.
Right. If anything, she is going to be the new wife. So, yeah, I was immediately like, this is not anywhere where I thought it was going to be. All the tension was building, and then fuck, it's gone. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, we get to watch Zhen Huan get bullied for 40 minutes. And I don't like it.
Yeah, not what I was expecting at all.
In the next scene, I'm hoping the writers are again planting something that will come back later because I did not understand what was happening here. It's a very short scene. We see Dr. Wen looking over some notes when another, I think Xiaoxiazi, another eunuch comes in and presents him with the vaccine.
And he's like, what? He's looking at it and he seems shocked. And so in this moment, I was thinking that the other doctors had stolen it from Dr. Wen. Because Dr. Wen was under the table.
Working on it.
Right. For Shen Meizhuang. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking that they had stolen it from him.
That does kind of make sense. I remember there was a scene in a previous episode where he was working on something and then he quickly shut a book and put it on top of his notes to maybe keep them from looking at it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. That is what it is. But the vaccine looks to be just a bunch of dried mushrooms.
It looks like dried mushrooms.
Which probably tastes fierce.
Yeah, no. Whenever when we were in lockdown, did y'all get dried mushrooms in y'all's package?
No. We got an entire chicken and some baoyu.
We got... Hua Fei was serving the girls all sorts of foodies. But we got dried mushrooms, and it made a really fierce stock. Because you rehydrate them, and then you save the water, and it's a nice stock. So we made some cute soups with it, and then some nice like fried mushrooms after we rehydrated them.
Shuhui was also really fierce for the quarantine hotel. If you could get into the Shuhui quarantine hotel, they could get Shake Shack, bitch.
Oh really?
Yeah. They were staying at the Holiday Inn.
Well, were you a part of the famous Shake Shack group buy?
I was! That fucking woman ripped us all off. I don't think I ever got my money back.
No, we were not, because I looked at it, because I did know people who did get it, and it was like on like Wonder Bread.
Yeah, they ran out of buns. I remember that happened. Yeah, that was part of it. For the people who did get it. But I never got it.
And I was like, you want me to spend... I don't eat meat, and you want me to spend 80 RMB on a burger on Wonder Bread?
It was the end of times.
On sliced bread?
Monty also was very disapproving. To this day, he will bring that up about my spending habits. So, you know what? We'll come back to this. We'll see if this...
The dried mushroom vaccine.
We'll see what comes of this.
How does the medicine work? Is it just like the dried mushrooms? You put it in water or something, hot water. The things seep into the water and you drink it.
If it's anything like the Chinese medicines that I have taken, what they'll probably do is combine everything, boil it down, put it into like little glass jars, and then you just with a little straw you drink 20 in one day.
Yeah, I remember when Dominic had kidney stones. He's like, yeah, I drink 30 of these a day. 30.
It's a very low dosage, but constantly.
30 doses.
Or like, sometimes they'll give you like those little, not pages, but those like little, it's like pills in the things. And it's like, you need to take 50 pills 3 times a day. It's like one big pill could have been fine.
But she don't want no big pill.
She wants a woo-woo pill. Anyways, in the next scene, Zhen Huan is sadly eating breakfast. And Jingxi is there looking very fierce.
Yeah, I love her.
Daddy comes in and really cut straight to the point.
He's like, you don't like my food?
She was like, no, it's fine. And he's like, well, I just want you to know I have to make my choices for the good of the nation. It's not, sorry about not, like, doing anything that I said I was going to do last night.
With that, do you think that he could just bring this up later after wars have been won?
I don't know. In the U.S., we have this law called double jeopardy, where if you're up for trial for something, you can't be on trial for it again. So I wonder if she's been sort of acquitted this time. I think it will take another, like, fake baby poisoning scheme to get her.
We got democracy from Greece, though, not from China.
That's true. So you expect them to be more or less?
Don't.
So Zhen Huan is basically like, yeah, I understand. I'm just a silly girl. I'm not going to comment on the way that you're running the country, even though it's bullshit and you know it.
It is bullshit.
The thing is, I feel like for all of the episodes that we've watched, I understand being an emperor is really difficult, but this is the first episode where I'm thinking the emperor just really is a dumbass.
Well, I think that we can see all of the other things that she has done, but he just does not know about them.
But it doesn't matter about her being a cunt. It just matters about her, like, poisoning a baby with cassava starch, which they know. Pushing...
They don't know that.
Yeah, they do.
They don't know that she did that.
Yes, they do.
When did they find that out?
The Empress knew it, that it came from her, and he was like, don't investigate that anymore.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
They know that they pushed that bitch in the well. They know. Yeah, they do. They know everything that she's done.
Did they know that they pushed Shimei Zhuang into the pond?
That, I don't know. I don't know if they know about that. But honestly, would it change anything at this point?
No.
So
She poisoned a baby and got away with it.
I mean, literally. So I think that, unfortunately, this is just... He is perpetuating this cycle, and if he cannot see his part in the drama, then he needs to take a good long look in the mirror, because he is a very bad partner, I would say, and he's a very bad emperor. And I'll go on the pod and say that.
Yeah, he's dead now, so he can't reprimand you for saying that.
Also, in this moment, Zhen Huan really says to him, like, I knew that you were gonna, like, love other girls, but I just never thought that you were gonna not trust me. But I knew ever since you locked up Shimei Zhuang that the day would come where maybe you don't trust me, and I guess that day is today.
Yeah, it's just so sad.
Yeah, if I was Zhen Huan, I would be so over him. I'd be trying to text the 17th prince. Yes. Where are you? Are you coming back?
And he might, and she will.
I hope. That's the only hope for Zhen Huan at this point, because the emperor is a fuckboy. He does not know how to run the country, and he definitely does not know how to treat these girls right.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to run the country.
No.
Bitch, why y'all fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Is it internal wars or is it external?
I think it's it is internal wars. It's like there are some provinces that are not obeying.
Oh, okay. So in the next scene, we see Fu Chagui. I can't say that word. I always get tongue tied. What's Fu Chagui is ill. The doctors are there. The emperor is there, and then the doctor's like, "Oh, she just ate too much."
And the emperor's like, what the fuck? You can't tell the difference between her eating too much and being legitimately ill.
Yeah, I'm too busy with my fist up Hua Fei's vagina that I can't. I don't have time for this.
I do not have time for this. And Fu Chagui-ren's like, I was just scared, Daddy. Yes. Fu Chagui-ren seems to be annoying as hell, and it seems like she's going to be doing this her entire pregnancy. I
think it's just like, hi, Daddy, I'm pregnant.
Pay more attention to me.
Pay more attention to me.
Right.
It's like,
why don't you...
If you weren't such a fucking bitch, then maybe...
Right, and maybe focus on popping that baby out rather than wasting my time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Finally, the emperor is back in his office looking at some memorandums, looking at some notes, and it turns out that Hua Fei's nephew, her brother's son, who was sent off to do some war shit, was successful and slayed the girls.
He said, like, father, like, son, and so I was, like, kind of confused.
Because
it's not his literal son.
It is.
It's Hua Fei's brother's son.
Hua Fei's brother's son.
Okay.
Yes. So he is doing some successfulness in the wars, and he's like, great, now it's time for lunch. And I would like to have this really specific lunch item.
Braised quail egg pearl soup.
And he said, wow, what a coincidence. Somebody from Hua Fei's palace said that that's on the menu and has invited you over. And the emperor's like, wow, Hua Fei and our hearts and minds are like one.
Talented, brilliant.
God, spare me.
Stupid fucking bitch. I'm so done. And so, yeah, he goes off for some lunch and
let's also go off for some lunch.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
Hey, Cam!
Hey, Gio!
Guess what?
What?
We're doing a podcast!
We are doing a podcast, an unofficial Disney podcast.
Yes! Ooh, I love Disney!
And do you know what makes us different from other podcasts?
Yes, We're not two white women drinking wine and talking about true crime.
Well, yeah, but besides that, we're reviewing Disney animated classics without any accreditation.
Oh, yeah, that too. That's right. We're not film critics or mental health professionals.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, but we are adults with opinions about the films that shaped our childhood.
This pod is perfect for Disney lovers from moderate to extreme.
And it's designed for the Disney adult in mind. So take your multivitamin or your Boniva and prepare your cocktail, because Cam and I are ready to walk down memory lane.
And answer the tough questions like, how did Ariel decide which sea creatures are her friends and which ones are underwear?
Oh wait, where does Tarzan get his body wax?
Right!
We're gonna answer all them questions. So tune into Your Bare Necessities, the unofficial, much-needed Disney podcast.
Available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast. Forget about your worries and your strife. You got the...
You don't have to sing Fade It Out. You can just sing and I could fade you. It's an audio medium.
And we are back, and we are at lunch with Hua Fei and the Emperor.
She's prepared so much food that takes so long to make. There's some shark fin soup. There's some of that quail egg pearl jade.
Have you ever had shark?
Me, no.
I feel like I've had it before. We had some like Hawaiian friends in my hometown, and they would always do like a luau.
But you're like allergic.
I'm not allergic to shark.
Okay.
And there was a point in my life where I was not allergic.
Oh.
It literally had just happened like one time.
So you're saying that you...
We went to a shrimp restaurant and I ordered a big old plate of shrimp and I took one bite and luckily there was a drugstore right next to it and we were close to a hospital because anaphylactic shock from one bite.
How do you know that they didn't just put something on the shrimp?
Because I got an allergy test.
Oh. Well, did the shark taste good?
I don't remember.
Great.
But I've had it before.
So they're eating. Obviously, the Emperor is very pleased, and so is Hua Fei, because somebody's also told Hua Fei the news very quickly. She already knows that her nephew has been successful.
Yeah, because she's like, are you so happy today? Because my nephew was so successful in the war. And he goes, oh, you have good sources.
Right. Damn, they're fast. And she's like, yeah, and it would just be really nice if Daddy could reward him for that. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, and then he's like, no, I can't do all that. I can't give him a new rank. Not after just one thing.
Well, he's like, well, why don't I get him some AirPods? Why don't I get him some... a calendar of fine art. Why don't I get him some comfy slippers? And she's like, no. We're warriors, okay? He doesn't like that shit. He wants some titles. He wants some glory and some honor. And he says, no, it's too early for that. He wins one battle in what? I'm going to give him a title? I don't think so.
And then she gets real pouty. She gets those pouty lips out and they go back and forth and they're quiet. And he's like, okay.
I was ripping my hair out at this. I was so annoyed.
Because within that, doesn't the brother also get promoted?
No, but obviously it's just giving away more power to that family. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so obvious how he's being manipulated and how he's just allowing it to happen. Like, Hua Fei is literally just going to stare at you from across the table and pout your lips. And you're gonna just give away your power like that?
Baby, this is all in allusion with an A. Allusion, allegory, what is it?
Allusion, maybe. What are you trying to say?
And my mind immediately goes to... Because I'm thinking about Shin Mei-Zhuang. And she's been locked up in Pussy Prison for, let's say, I don't know, 3 months.
No, it's been a long time. It's been from the summer to now the spring.
Okay, or so we've
at least half a year.
We've missed the full season, and then overnight it's just like, oh, I'm sorry, but everything's different now. What is that, illusion?
Allusion's like a reference. It could be an allusion because it is to us now.
Us, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's to us.
Yeah. I see it. No, I see it.
We are Shimei Zhuang.
We are. And I share her thoughts, which we'll get to later. But I am tired of the Emperor being so, can I say wimpy?
Wimpy is okay.
Is it okay?
I don't give a fuck.
Okay. I'm tired of the Emperor just in general. Acting in this way where he acts as if he has no power when he's literally the Emperor.
He's being very submissive to her, but she's like...
For what? She doesn't have a child. She is causing all this drama.
I guess it's just because...
Spending all his money.
I guess it's just because the brother is winning the wars.
Then go suck his dick and call it a day.
Right?
Thankfully, the scene eventually ends, and we see An Lingrong is coughing still, but her maid is bringing her some medicine. And she luckily gets the invite from the Emperor to go and sing for him. So
it was a singing invite. I was wondering why she was just gonna go there in the day.
I was worried for her because I'm like, if you're coughing, I know as a vocalist myself, you don't feel the most confident going into a vocal performance, but for her, any audience with the Emperor is good enough. So she goes and is on her way. And that's when we cut back to the Emperor in his office.
Did you send me something, or did I send you something, or did I just see something and not share it with you about somebody talking about like singers sucking dick?
We've talked about this.
No, a few days ago, like I saw like somebody like talking about it like on an interview on the, or something like on Instagram, like somebody talking about somebody like with a good voice, and they're like, oh yeah, you know she's been sucking dick, that's why it's so good.
That wasn't me?
I didn't share it with you.
No.
Maybe it was a dream. I don't know.
Well, if you can find it, please share it.
I have long COVID.
Now the Emperor is in his office and he's mad as hell because he's looking over it and he's like, wait a minute, when did the notice about the war come in? And he said lunchtime. Su Peixiang said lunchtime. And then the Emperor goes, well, that's funny because Hua Fei also mentioned it to me at lunchtime. And also, where is all this information of these other memorandums coming in? And he gets so mad at Su Peixiang.
Yeah, he's like, you're not doing your job because people are out here gossiping. Mm-hmm. And they know all this information and I don't even know it yet.
Mm-hmm. And so he's like, I'm going to kill you, except I'm not. I'm going to let you fix this.
But Su Peixiang is like a little gossip rat. He's a gossip girl.
He is, but I think, again, that's maybe in his purview. He's supposed to be like the gossip girl.
Yeah, but he's not like gossiping down like that. He'll just be like, hey, I need to warn you, like he's in a mood before you go in there.
Right. But I think also it's part of his job to have his eyes and ears in the palace for spies and for like people passing information. But clearly the Emperor is too much of a dumbass anyway to actually do anything about it, because if he had these suspicions at lunchtime, why did he then like promote people at lunchtime rather than call it out? I just don't think.
Yeah, and like again, we can see Hua Fei is the one that is the gossiper.
Yeah.
And that is just nothing.
It doesn't matter. So yeah, take out your anger on the love of your life, Su Peixiang, I guess, if it makes you feel better, Emperor. But anyways, he's like, I need Zhen Huan in here. I need to talk to her immediately.
What?
Yeah, so she comes in.
Well, but in my mind, immediately, I'm like, fuck. They're not, again, setting up An Lingrong to be mad at Zhen Huan. Because we already know that An Lingrong is on her way.
Is on her way. Because
so,
she was summoned first.
In my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, fuck. Like, are they going to run into each other and be catty? But anyways, all we see is Zhen Huan is inside and An Lingrong is waiting outside in the cold.
And he has the little pamphlet, and he's like, I need you to look at this. And she's like, no, I would not dare.
To comment on policy.
Yeah, and he's like, no, it's a family issue, so I need you to look at it.
And I thought this was going to be some Hua Fei drama, because I thought he was going to ask her opinion on it.
On her knowing gossip and stuff. Like, did you know this? Mm-hmm. And if so, who told you? Mm-hmm. That's what I thought as well. But it reveals that the father has been fired.
What the fuck?
Which I thought had been dropped because this was from many episodes ago.
Yeah.
But apparently the man that paid off Hua Fei and Hua Fei's brother, Zhao Zhiyuan, is now the man who actually fired him or demoted him.
Okay, so it's like all adding up. That's why he... Yeah. It's all coming back.
And she was like, well, what did he do? Like, why? What is the punish? Why is the PR manager and the communications director have any say about my dad's department? Like, how do those two things connect? And apparently, when Hua Fei's brother was in town, the father did not kneel for Hua Fei's brother, and so that showed disobedience and disrespect.
Which we know that Hua Fei's brother did the exact same thing.
Right. And that was Zhen Huan's point. Zhen Huan was trying to be like, listen, allegedly in the company structure, they're on the same level. So why do they have to kneel? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. The only person he should kneel to is you. And the emperor threw something bullshit back, being like, well, he was there representing me. Mm-hmm. And so Zhen Huan was just pretty gagged by this. Meanwhile, Su Peixiang comes in and is like, hey, Lingrong's outside. She's been waiting for like an hour. And Zhen Huan's like, yeah, I'll go. I think we're done talking here.
And he goes, oh, no, we're not done. We're not done with this conversation.
By the way, send Lingrong
Tell her to
home.
go home.
We don't need her. And I was just like, fuck.
Here we go.
What?
Because, of course, Su Peixiang has to go back out there and say, hey, you're supposed to go home because he's in there with Wang Guiren.
Right. And Wang Guiren is inside being like, fuck, she's already mad at me.
Uh-huh.
And this is just another thing.
And this is like Strike 2 and Strike 3 is about to come.
Later, yeah. It is. And fucking the Joker is about to set herself upon the castle. So,
I hope she does.
In the next scene, Cao Guiren and Hua Fei are gloating about their recent victory. They're doing some needlework. Mm-hmm. And they use this really good sort of metaphor or this very good simile.
新鲜劲儿过了，他这道菜也算是凉透了。
那什么时候撤了这道菜？可就是娘娘您说了算了。
Where they say, wow, if Zhen Huan was a plate of food, she'd be cold and stale by now. And then Cao Guiren adds, yes. And funnily enough, Hua Fei, it's up to you when you decide to take the dish and throw it out. Whenever you're ready.
I forgot to comment on this earlier, but you know what stuck out to me is that Hua Fei and the Emperor don't have cute nicknames for each other. And so like whenever she was whenever she's like at lunch and she's like, oh, thank you, Daddy, she's just calling him
Huan Shang.
Yeah.
That's a good observation.
It's not so long.
Right.
And not Huan Huan.
Yeah, well, bitch, it's gonna take more than a fucking cute name to get me to like the Emperor again.
Yeah.
Do not come in here and call me Huan Huan after what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
I say it, what I think.
Oh, I wish she would snuff off like that. That's not my name.
That's not my name. I'm Wang Guiren. Let's keep this professional. Mm-hmm. I hope you understand. And then finally we see Jade and Zhen Huan. Jade's like, why aren't you eating? And she's like, I'm too sad. I'm not hungry.
She has the depression kitty from Big Mouth.
She does. Because she says, she's like, I'm going to go to bed. And Jade says, you're such a sleepy kitty.
Mm-hmm. I just finished Big Mouth.
Okay.
The depression kitty is one of my favorite characters because it does seem very real.
How's yours?
Well, I've like slept for 3 days straight, so
very healthy. You know what? Let's take a break.
Oh, I love this pink guava drink.
Introducing the new guava green tea frozen smoothie from Yidian Dian. One taste will transport you back to all of the tropical shores of all of the destinations that you would like to visit, but you cannot because of travel restrictions. tasting of guava and green tea, you can imagine yourselves frolicking between the waves. Head on down to Dian now.
You can buy this drink between the months of June and July, so it is no longer available.
Have you ever been to a bathhouse?
In America?
Yeah, you have to show your ID.
Yeah, but to say that you're over 18.
I'm sure you have to do that in Japan, too.
Damn. Anyways, we're back, and Anne is being summoned for the night. And she is in unusually good spirits.
Yeah, they pulled her pizza, and she's going to serve tonight.
And she is putting on her makeup, she's getting her hair did and ready, and she's saying that despite her good Judy, Zhen Huan, being very, very sad, it actually makes her feel relieved.
Because now that her family has no good favor, she's like, yeah, my family has no good favor either, so
Right.
we're equal.
We're equals.
Oh, she didn't say we're equal. She said the gap is just not as big anymore.
Right. We're on an even playing field. From the outside, we hear Fu Ren throwing a big-ass fit, being like, I am pregnant with his child, and why does he keep asking for Lingrong?
Is this when Lingrong goes out there?
Not yet. Not quite yet. She's just getting ready at this point. Unfortunately, the fucking writers of this show cannot let us enjoy a single fucking moment of happiness because we cut to the Empress and the Emperor chatting about poor Zhen Huan and how she's so sad.
Yeah, so we've already established that Lingrong is going to serve tonight. But the Empress is like, well, maybe you should let Zhen Huan serve tonight because she's sad because all the girls are laughing at her because you demoted her father. And he's like, but didn't you just tell me that I needed to spend more time with Lingrong?
Right. And I do think that the Empress, again, it's not her fault. What is that Jessica Rabbit quote? I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not the Empress's fault. She was just written this way because clearly this episode is meant to set up this drama between Lingrong and Zhen Huan growing and growing and growing because we literally, the sequencing of the scenes could not be more apparent. They're just really shoving it in our face. Mm-hmm. That all these bad coincidences keep happening to add up in Lingrong's mind. Because, yeah, the Emperor says, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, go tell Lingrong to... Sorry you spent hours douching, but...
Sorry.
Not gonna happen.
I'm canceling.
Yeah.
So Lingrong marches outside, getting ready, and her attendant, of course, they're laying it on so thick. She's like, the Phoenix carriage will be here any moment. And then they just wait.
And then they're waiting. And then
they're waiting.
And then the maid comes up and he's... or the eunuch comes up and
No,
she's like...
Fu Ren comes out.
Oh, yes, this is their little showdown.
And Fu Ren is like, you little slut.
I'm pregnant. Why is he not seeing me?
Uh-huh. And I have to give Lingrong credit. She finally speaks up.
Stands up for herself, and she's being kind of cunty.
She slays. She's like, well, I'll tell the Emperor that you miss him while I'm bouncing on his big fat cock.
Right.
And so she's really riding high, and Fu Ren is eating it. But then, yeah, the eunuch comes up, and they're like, where's the carriage?
Like, well, plans have changed, and Wang Ren is going to serve.
Right, which I thought, why did he mention the name?
He doesn't have to.
Did the name matter?
I mean, it'll come up anyways, but it's like, you don't have to tell her.
Right, it could have just been
Plans have
another
changed.
girl.
Or it doesn't
Plans
even...
have changed.
It doesn't...
Yeah.
A girl doesn't even have to be mentioned.
Right.
Plans have changed.
Right, exactly. Like, war stuff came up, business stuff came up. He's
No,
tired.
I don't owe this bitch an explanation.
Okay.
Plans have changed.
Right. But no, of course, they really have to stab her in the back and twist the knife and say, he is too busy fucking your best friend who you've been jealous of for episodes upon episodes now. Mm-hmm. Go back inside and take off all your clothes. Like, take off all your makeup, put it away. And Fu Ren also chimes in and is like, wow, Zhen Huan is so much smarter than you. You could learn a lot from her. And she looks into camera and she whispers with a tear in her eye, why does she keep stealing him from me? And it's obvious to us, Zhen Huan's not doing anything.
Yeah, she had nothing to do with this.
So I'm just upset. I'm mad.
He's your bitch ass friend, the Empress.
Yeah, and this bitch ass fuckboy, the Emperor. Like, come on now. Because we cut back to...
I still love him.
Okay, go off. Okay, pick me. I think we cut to the Emperor and Zhen Huan, and if fucking her tonight was supposed to make her feel happier, it doesn't. She's laid up in bed, quiet as a mouse.
Did they even fuck, or was it just like a...
I think they must have.
Just like spend the night slumber party?
I think they must have.
Yeah.
And he's like, why are you being quiet? And she's like, I guess I'm tired. The doctor comes in and is like, oh, Fu Chagui Ren is having some, fetal problems again. And Zhen Huan's like, yeah, go. I don't want to be around you. Like, go.
No, because if I was in this sort of mood, I'm not getting fucked. Sorry, I had hot pot. Sorry.
Honestly, same. Honestly, if you had just fired my dad and then you expect me to, like, kiss and make up, no.
No, I had hot pot.
Immediately.
I'm out of commission for at least 5 days.
Right. You better call somebody else. You're wasting your time. So anyways, he's like, well, it's too cold for you to go home, so I do want you to, like, spend the night. And then I think in the next scene it does clarify that he does eventually go to visit Fu Chagui Ren.
Yeah, because he says that he did.
Right. Because it's a new day in the workroom, and the girls are joined by Daddy. I think this is the first time he's in the workroom.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in there. It's usually the Empress. Mm-hmm. What was the occasion?
Girl, I think it's this fucking anointing of fucking Hua Fei. Because he goes in there and is like, oh yeah, everybody.
Oh, it wasn't for Hua Fei. It was for Jing Fei.
Oh, well, right. So Jingping has been elevated to Jingfei. But at the same time, we can't celebrate that too much. Because at the same time, it's been reported that Hua Fei is now regained her ability to do the household management. Mm-hmm. So she was banned from doing it before because I forgot why. But now she's back to helping out the Empress. And so not only did she avoid all the punishments, but yeah, she is kind of getting promoted again. Mm-hmm. But I did think it was interesting because when they said that now it's Jingfei, they said, Jingfei, you're also going to help the Empress with the household department.
Yeah, so it's not like Hua Fei by herself.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I was throwing the remote at the screen. I was over it.
Somebody needs to get the Empress an Advil because all these headaches.
Who's causing the headaches? Hua Fei.
How old is she? Is it menopause?
I don't know.
I'm so fucking scatterbrained today.
It's okay. You and the Empress both.
I've been all over the place.
In the next scene, we see that Zhen Huan gets to bring the good news to Shen Meizhuang that she is out of pussy prison officially. She has her title back. And that obviously the medicine is working and she's healed.
It's not because they're still putting foundation on her lips to make it look like she's sick.
And Dr. Wen comes back in, and Dr. Wen's like, I've been taking good care of you. Don't you worry about a thing. And she's like, thank you, Dr. Wen. But she's like, why? What happened, though? Like, did anything happen to Hua Fei? And Zhen Huan says, absolutely not. Nothing happened. So there you have it.
Yeah, and that's the end. Bye.
I am not looking forward to... Honestly, this episode was so annoying. I'm like, what? Do I even want to watch episode 25? Do I care?
Are we getting into that, like,
the boring section?
The boring section?
Where people say to skip? I don't know. Let us know. Please comment which episodes we need to skip because they're boring. But I thought you said it was like in the 40s.
In the 40s, I think, yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea where the show is going. They were just bullying Zhen Huan the whole time. Obviously, I think that, you know, like in the X-Men, Dark Jean Grey is about to come out in Lingrong. She's probably going to hook up with Hua Fei.
Don't
plot some evil.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't do it.
I've never seen X-Men.
Okay.
But it would have been much more dramatic if Hua Fei would have been punished.
I guess I don't... Maybe the writers are too worried that once Hua Fei is punished, the conflict in the show will go away. But as an audience member, I'm ready for new conflict.
Uh-huh.
Like, thinking back...
Send both of the twins home.
Honestly, I'm over it. And I'm done with the general drama. I'm done. Do you remember when we were getting pushed on the swing?
Talented, brilliant,
Yeah.
Take me back to there.
Let's push on. I want to go to the swing.
I just want to go back to where the drama was more about adjusting to the palace and the girls all getting along. We've suffered too much.
I think it will get better.
And where the fuck is Vermilion?
That was what I was just about to say. Where is she? I want her to light a bitch up.
I think maybe she's left the show. We haven't seen her in a very long time.
No, she hasn't left the show, and I know that she's coming back, and she will be back only briefly.
Damn. Did someone spoil that for you?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, randomly, I do want to say that Jingxi's career has taken off because this week, during the Chunwan concert, Miss Thing was on the stage acting.
Was she like promoting another show that she's on, or she was just a part of it? She's
no.
big
Well, I think they do
here.
like these little skits. They do these little skits. And in hers, she was married to a man who they were obviously having some like marital problems, but they went to a photography studio to try to take some couples photos. And none of the photos were coming out good. But then there was like a young couple that was like very cheesy, very romantic, and they were just like over it. There was drama. I couldn't really follow because it was in Chinese, but it was Jinxie.
That's fierce.
Jackie Chan was there too.
Oh, I love him.
So yeah, do you have any other predictions about where the show is going? What's going to happen next?
No.
Okay. Well, let's take a break on that one.
Yeah.
Damn, stop eating. Hi there, it's Trenty from the world-famous White Gaze podcast. And I'm here to ask you, are you feeling sad?
Are you suffering from crippling anxiety?
Have you ever been trapped outside of a foreign country for an uncomfortable amount of time while you wait on your visa?
I'm not comfortable with sharing my trauma on the pod.
Well, either way, BetterHelp is there for you. BetterHelp is an online therapy service for people who can afford it. You can access them at betterhelp.com.
Period. There is no promo code because we are not actually sponsored by BetterHelp. But if you subscribe to our podcast, then we can use that money to pay for the services that we so desperately need.
We thank you in advance. We are back, and it's time now for a very special segment that is called
本周心机争宠装。
This is our weekly segment where we go over the looks of the episode and we nominate our best looks and crown a winner.
And I have 2 options.
Okay.
Which you said that I was going to be shocked by yours. So what is yours?
Well, as much as it pains me to say.
The Emperor?
Damn, yes, it's the Emperor.
He had a new costume on, and it has the hooks going this way instead. It was really cute.
And it had like a red square in the middle.
I want one. I was like, I think that I would look really fierce in that.
I wanted one too.
It's really cute. And I think
it has like a dragon on it.
That's a fashion statement to have the things going this way rather than this way.
Wait a damn minute. Okay, so I have this fine art calendar, and because of the Chinese New Year, one of the selections... Bitch, look at this. Not that. This one, bitch.
That's cute.
Doesn't this look like what he was wearing?
No.
I think it does. It says Chinese, the Qianlong period, 1736 to 95.
There you go.
Girls,
Could have been.
Could have been. Chestnut embroidered gauze dragon robe for an imperial prince. Silk with gold thread. Private collection at Christie's.
At Christie's. Okay, so we can settle on the Emperor because we both said that. My other option was
You think Lingrong made this?
Jean Fei. Yeah, she could have. My other option was Jean Fei.
Why? What was she wearing?
It was just kind of like refreshing. It just like was new. It was white and blue.
Why's it gotta be white?
Well, because we're always used to seeing these pinks and purples.
Okay, that's fair.
And she was in a white one. I thought it was really cute. Well,
it pains me to say, but the Emperor takes it again this week.
Yeah,
So
I thought it was cute.
it's the only good thing you've done.
Right, is serve.
Yeah. So, and that was
本周心机争宠装。
And guess what? No challenge and no whispers.
Please, if you'd like to give us comments on Xiao Yu Zhou, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, we would love to read them and engage with us on all the things that we miss, all the things that we get correct, and we just want to know what you guys want. Also, in terms of challenges, what types of challenges would you like us to attempt to try?
There was that one person that said that they want us to do something in Shanghainese.
Which we're still working on.
We're still searching out what we can do with that.
Mm-hmm. So far, very little, but we are working on it.
You know, I haven't seen Michelle in a while. She broke her leg.
Damn. Poor Francesca. But also, we did upload a new video to our subscribers.
Oh, yeah, very cute.
And we are still working on our Zhen Huan Justice video.
Yeah.
That we'll be doing definitely within the next
Year.
Sooner than that. Oh, also some good news is we are going to be reformatting our Ifa Dian. And we are going to be including some new group chats for fans where we can stay connected. We are looking into maybe sending out some merch as well. So if you are interested in supporting us on this podcast, please check out our IFADN because new, fun, amazing things are coming.
And I want to have a party.
We should have a party. I think we're going to have a party. In April?
April, yeah.
In April. So if you want to meet us or if you want to celebrate Zhen Huan Zhuan, keep your eyes and ears open for more details about our anniversary party.
And the only thing left to say is...
再见. If you like White Gaze, we would love for you to leave a review of our podcast, give us 5 stars, and don't forget to subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen from. You can also support us by signing up to be a subscriber by going to anchor.fm/whitegaze/subscribe.
You can follow us at @reverse_cowboy_ and at Officer Trenty, and our White Gaze account is at White Gaze Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Douyin, TikTok, and the Anchor app.
White Gaze is not endorsed by Beijing TV Art Center. It is intended for entertainment purposes only. Zhen Huan and all names, audio, pictures, and video clips are all registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respected trademark and or copyright holders.
White Gaze is a podcast hosted by Weston Swift and Trenton Schneiders. Produced by Trenton Schneiders and Monty Shaw. Sound and audio by Trenton Schneiders. Media by Monty Shaw. Our theme song is White Gaze by Trenton Schneiders and Weston Swift.
These new money bitches don't know how to act.